Hey, how you doing? It's your boy, the Mystic Sand Star, and I'm here today with another Healing Tower reading for the week of October 4th through the 10th. How are y'all doing? Welcome back to my channel. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Please hit the like button. You know if this is going to be resonating with you. I'm going to do this a little bit different today. This week, I usually do like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. This one, I'm just going to do like an overall reading for the week, and then I'm going to do, I'm going to do the challenges for the week, and then the advice for the week. So, hoping this gives us a little bit better like guidance for the week, and just let me know what you think about it. Let me know what you think in the comments. How this plays out. This is my first time doing it. I took a walk outside, and I was like, maybe I should do it like that. So I'm giving it a try. So we're just gonna start off with like I'm gonna pull like 3 cards for each. So I'm pulling 3 cards for this is gonna be like the energy for the week. Then we're gonna pull out what the challenges are for the week, and we're gonna get the advice so we can know how we can get through this week. But I'm just gonna jump right into it. I'm shuffling the cards right now. My back. Spirit guides, angels, ascended masters, please be present with us during this reading. Please help me guide this reading for the highest good of all, harm me none. Namaste. Okay. So we're gonna look for what the soul wants for the week. What's the soul guidance for the week? So we're looking at what's the energies for the week. Spirit. What's the energies for the week? And I'm using my Dolph deck as well. Okay, so we have the energy is going to be the King of Cups, the Hierophant, and the Sun. Ooh, we got 2 major arcanas for this week with the King of Cups. Okay, so this week with the King of Cups, the Hierophant, and the Sun. So the King of Cups, the guy is on a Pegasus with watery, tight wings, holding out a grail with a cup of grail with that has a crab on the top of it, which probably represents Cancer energy. So this can be an emotionally, we can say it could be like an emotionally fulfilled week. There's something about our emotions, or are we overcoming emotions? Because the Pegasus is running through the water and it's spreading the waters through it, like it's parting the sea. So there's like any emotional turmoil or trauma or things that we had a hard time getting through, we can be getting through it this week a lot more easier. There's something about, since the crab is like Cancer, it can be caught up in its shell. It's kind of scared. It doesn't want to be vulnerable. It doesn't want to be seen too sensitive. But this is like coming out of that. It's like coming out of that energy of being open and being vulnerable and like coming out the womb and like showing ourselves, like showing our vulnerability, showing our emotions, like being more open. Expressing our love to ourselves and maybe to other people, maybe even like forgiveness. Could be acts of forgiveness. It's like maybe we have conflicts with people and we need to set things straight. So it's kind of just like not holding back our feelings anymore. I feel like this week there's something about communication this week. There's a lot of blue in here. So there's something about communication this week that's gonna be very strong about our feelings and how we're gonna be communicating with others, how we're gonna be relating to others, how we're gonna be sharing our emotions with others. And this is gonna be about, like, I guess about through like how are we feeling, like how we feel and how that's coming up. The dude was wearing green armor, so this is definitely a healing time. This is a time for healing ourselves and healing things with other people as well. With the Pegasus was like the unicorn, so there's like you're manifesting something, like you're manifesting like new partnerships, new relationships, new business relationships, new opportunities, job opportunities with other people. So there's definitely like a balance where it comes to taking this charge forward and taking a chance and being receptive to the emotional energy that we're receiving and kind of like reciprocating it back, you know, because the last week maybe we could have been doing a lot of healing. We could be, I mean, it is Mercury retrograde, so we're looking at a lot of things, becoming aware of a lot of things, and become through that awareness of what we seeing and what we feeling. It's like, you know what, I had to create this change and to create this balance, since Mercury is retrograde in Libra, and Libra is about, you know, balance and empathy and balance, you know, equal give and take. As a sense of like creating this balance in our lives, whether it be with ourselves and understand where our emotions need to change with ourselves and what we need to do, and how that reflects with other people. So, you know what I mean? He's holding out a cup. You know, he's holding out a cup. So we may be giving something. We might be offering something. Somebody's offering something to us. So forgiveness, I feel like forgiveness plays like a big plan in this week. Openly and emotionally, like just speaking our feelings, being very truthful, being very honest, you know, clearing any conflicts this week, you know, making the changes that are necessary. So it follows up with the Hierophant, and the Hierophant is ruled by Taurus, and the Hierophant is all about, it's like that spiritual guidance. It's the teacher. It's it can also be like a marriage card, but from this point of view, this is the Hierophant. This is listening to our intuition. The Hierophant is the inner teacher. The inner teacher is our intuition, where we learn from our inner teacher. So there's something about our inner teacher and our intuition that's going to be very strong this week, that is just going to allow us to bring in some type of I hear like foundation and structure around our emotional energy of how we feeling. So this week is really strong about emotions. It's like we have to deal with our emotions. We have to clear out the emotional energy, and we really need to listen to our intuition with this. With Taurus being here, there's gonna be very slow moving. It's kind of like a meditation week. You know what I mean? You might feel like things are not going as fast as we wanted to. You might feel like kind of like sluggish and slow this week, but it's allowing us to slow down so we can actually process the emotions that we are feeling, what we are going through, so we can actually communicate our emotions, our feelings, what we want to manifest in a more clearer way. And it's really about this Taurus energy with the Hierophant. Is about grounding our energy this week as well. It's like grounding. It's like taking the spiritual energy, taking the intuitive knowledge that we have within ourselves that we are feeling, and, you know what I mean, cultivating it into something beautiful. It's about finding our own little our self-worth and our values of what we love about ourselves, what we love about other people, and how we can bring that into existence. Taurus, a lot of meditation, you know, Taurus like the pleasures of life, like they like good food, they like good clothing, you know, so it might be about changing our environment a little bit, you know what I mean, switching it up. I also feel like something with, I feel like change of jobs, or, you know what I mean, something different with occupation with this. And this goes back to the Nine of Cups. It's like maybe there's something that's more emotionally fulfilling for us, something else that we want to do, something that's, you know what I mean, creative, artsy. It's like tap into this artistic energy that's in us, that's gonna allow, you know what I mean, that mean just being like creative like that, but just like an imagination, like we're opening up to like newer possibilities. And since we open up to newer possibilities, that awakens our creative abilities more to imagine things that we can actually kind of like ground into reality. But there's gonna be like it's slow moving. It's Taurus, it's slow, it's, you know what I mean, it's creating this new routine, this new structure, this new ways of like bringing this energy in and being practical about it. So yes, it's this emotional energy that's coming in this week, but it's asking us to still be practical, still remain grounded, you know what I mean, still being realistic with our decisions as well, but also really just listening to our intuition, our inner teacher, which is the Hierophant, how we should proceed this week. So, you know what I mean, we just want to throw ourselves out there like, hey, I'm emotional, blah, 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 you know what I mean, but we want to really trust our intuition, what we're actually feeling, so we can make the right decisions as far as moving forward goes for this week. this is up towards us all of us five. So this is definitely changes that are happening within us that we need to take note of. Because definitely like a higher guidance that's kind of guiding us all through. So we see that with the sun energy. There's something with this week that's coming into light. There's something coming into light, where it's coming from like our sacral chakra energy, as we clear our energy, as we're moving through our emotions and clearing that out and like transmuting it into a higher frequency. There's something that's coming to light. There's something that's coming to our awareness. Something that could have been hidden that's like, oh, okay, I see now. I get it. I mean, that's the reason for this. And this could be for maybe with other people. This could be dealing with relationships. How it can be with like relationships. It can be dealing with marriages. It can deal with commitments with other people. You know what I mean? So maybe there's things that are coming out to be revealed that can be worked on. That can be, that can be fixed. Or, it's just the truth of the matter. It's like, that's why we don't talk. And I have the truth. You speaking your truth. I see your truth for what it is. I forgive you, but we can get back together. We can talk. We can build a friendship, or we're just gonna leave it as it is. Like, you go your way, I go my way. So I feel that type of energy for this week, as if it's neither that we're gonna be strengthening bonds with people, or we're gonna be releasing bonds with people, or we're gonna be creating new relationships, new partnerships, meeting new people that are really gonna be supporting us on a soul journey. You know what I mean? Because I feel like since the Hierophants here, this is more about like soul. This is the soul's journey. This is meeting spiritual people, meeting people that are more aligned with our souls and our spirit. That's gonna help us. That's gonna help us grow. That's gonna help us evolve. That's gonna help us bring structure and value into our lives. So as we go through this healing time through ourselves this week, dealing with our emotions and going through it, and finding the courage to be vulnerable and sensitive, and move throughout these waves of emotions and grounded by listening to our intuition and our spirituality. Things are definitely coming into fruition. So we can see things more clearer. But there's definitely there's definitely a sense of self-awareness that's coming this week for us to really see the bigger picture. There's definitely clarity. So what has been hidden from you, what you've been unsure of, any like confusion, there's definitely clarity coming this week, as inform us our own emotions, and how we are going to be opening up and sharing with other people. And the people that we're probably going to be sharing with are the people that we generally feel drawn to, that we know that's going to be able to support us, that's not about any manipulation or lies, that have moralities, that they share the same values as us, they share the same maybe spiritual principles and beliefs, and we just connecting with more people that are kind of like-minded. That's gonna help us get through the week. So I guess communication is really gonna be strong this week, and connecting with friends. You need support. That's gonna be very great for the week. The soul can actually use that, or you might be find yourself where you're gonna be supporting other people. But it's definitely a week I feel as of listening to our intuition and getting through our emotional energy. Definitely overcoming our own emotional battles. So let's go see what the challenges are, how we're going to be faced with these challenges for the week of dealing with our emotions, trusting our intuition, and how things are going to come into light. So the challenges for the week. Sorry for the shuffle. But the challenges for the week that are coming up are the World, the Seven of Cups, and the Two of Wands. The World just talks about a completion of a cycle. So the challenge is really going to be about learning from our past experiences. The World is ruled by Saturn. Saturn is life lessons, it's karmic lessons. It's understanding the work and effort that we put into things. So The challenges will be just pushing. It's gonna be about the dedication. It's about understanding where our flaws are, understanding what we did in the past, and as we move into the future, it's taking our wisdom with us. And this can be kind of hard because this is Saturn. Saturn is gonna be like making us really take a deep look at our value, our resources. You know what I mean? The work that we put in is gonna have us look in the past and say, yo, what can I create now? And the challenge is actually being able to formulate a plan and mental structure to create the opportunities and the foundations, and creating the structure, getting the plan together that you need for the week to make these changes. And that can be kind of difficult because it's, you know what I mean, you might feel restrictive because Saturn is restrictive. It can feel restricted. It can feel like, I gotta do this. You know what I mean? It's just like we have to push. We have to put in the effort. We gotta have to put in the work. We have to stay consistent. We have to be disciplined. And the things that we want to create, we have to, you know what I mean, put ourselves out there. You know what I mean? It's the work effort that we have to put in. It's the discipline that we have to put into ourselves, and the work of the healing of like, this is what I want, this is what I want to create, this is how I want to do it. You know what I mean? But it's there for us to do it, but the Saturn's gonna make it difficult. It's like the universe is like, I see what you want, but I want you to work for it. You know what I mean? I want to see how bad you want it. So it's that push of doing things, of not feeling like lazy, not feeling stuck, and it's like putting your best foot forward and making it happen. The Seven of Cups, it can be confusion. This is I'm using a Dolph deck, and this is Venus and Scorpio. So there's a lot of going back towards emotion. There's a lot of emotions that are definitely coming up, you know, and it's gonna be from the past. Like, we have bad past experiences that trigger us emotionally, and we don't want to go through some things again. You know what I mean? We don't want to relive situations. We don't want to put ourselves through the troubles of, you know what I mean, committing with the Hierophant, you know what I mean, with the Seven of Cups is right by there. We don't want to commit to the wrong things. We want to commit to something that looks good, but it isn't good for us, which is why trusting that intuition is going to be very, very important. So trusting that intuition is very important this week, and allowing the healing to happen emotionally. It can be very deep. It can be very like deep, you know what I mean, going through this bit of change, you know, like, cause like things get this kind of like trigger us, but it's finding the way out. It's not allowing our emotions or ego desires, and you know what I mean, to take control of us making the right decision that's going to be for ourselves. It's not keeping ourselves trapped in a comfort zone. You know, it's actually about bringing that love within us to heal these deep emotional parts of us, which is Saturn, the universe, so that we can bring more life into our life. It's like allowing ourselves to let go of any emotional baggages. That's what it is. It's allowing ourselves to let go of emotional baggages. That's going to be the challenge. It's letting go of the emotional baggages, letting go of the illusions, oh, what ifs, oh, what if this happens, or what if they do this. You know what I mean? It's kind of like having that trust that the universe is guiding you and bringing these emotional connections to you, and trusting it, and allowing these emotional connections and people that come into your life to kind of help you heal, you know, and be that supportive person for you to help you grow emotionally and spiritually. So I feel like this is like spiritual growth. This is definitely like a soul growth, helping you see something about yourself that you don't see within your own self. So I feel like there's a sense of reflection here with this. So the challenge is allowing ourselves to let go of the emotional burdens, and not get caught up in our emotions of the past and let them trigger us in the present, which will create blocks for us to not allow ourselves to open up and be sensitive and be vulnerable, and open up to new experiences, emotional experiences, whether that's be a love relationship, friendships, partnerships, open up to new opportunities. It's just about, you know what I mean, just trusting in the divine, trusting our intuition that what we are going to be creating You know what I mean? This energy that's coming in through toys that's going to be helping us ground, that's going to help us create these new opportunities, these long-lasting relationships, these long-lasting opportunities that are going to be here as we co-create with the divine. So we don't want to get caught up on the emotions or of the past that, you know what I mean, made us feel bad, that made us feel depressed, that made us feel fearful, that made us be in doubt, that made us question love or question anything. It's about breaking free of that. It's really about doing the work to overcome ourselves, in a sense. It's like overcoming ourselves. It's the Scorpio is the phoenix. We're rising out. We're transmuting. We're creating change. So the challenge is not to keep ourselves stuck, so we can create the change and a life that we need to bring more of this spiritual fulfillment into our lives, so we can deal with our own spiritual growth and make better decisions based on spiritual alignment and not just our ego emotions or what we've been through in the past. The next challenge would be the Two of Wands. So this is Mars and Aries. So choices, decisions. This is about going forward. This is about not being stuck. This is about not being hesitant. The challenge here is don't be hesitant. Don't keep yourself stuck. The challenge here is to make decisions. You know what I mean? So we can be feeling like, there's a lot of fire energy here. So it's a need to be brave. There's a need to go forward. There's a need to conquer. Conquer our emotions. It's need to conquer our old self so we can move forward. And that's the challenge. The challenge is getting through the emotional upsets, is pushing through the what ifs, is pushing through the I can't do this, or I'm feeling like this, or this, I can't create this or do this. It's like, nah, the challenge is actually pushing forward. Even though it feels like we gotta move slowly, things are gonna come slow, and we gotta take our time. And yes, take your time, reassess, reevaluate, our feelings, our emotions, our worth, our values, and who we choose to put our energy around. But still, the challenge is to move forward. It's to take some type of action and creating our own emotional fulfillment and doing what we need to do to create the change in our life that's needed. Two, it's all about decisions as well. So there's the decision to make. We can either stay in the past and be stuck in our emotions of doubt, fears, anxieties. This is never gonna work out. Stay stuck in old relationships and in our own toxicity, or we can move out of it. Two of Wands, that we can push, we can see the future, we can be bold, we can have that confidence, we can be a self-initiator and initiate ourselves into something new, into something different. And that's what the challenge is for this week. The challenge is basically just being able to learn from our past and not get stuck in our own emotions, but it's taking the Two of Wands and being very courageous and moving forward, like not being held back, not being stagnant. That's what it is. It's not being stagnant. The challenge is not to let ourselves be stagnant, but to create decisions that's going to propel us to move forward. This is already 23 minutes, again, kind of long, so let's go to our advice and end this. So the advice for the week to get through this, to divine guidance. Next, I will get up to get my oracle cards, because I feel like I should use that, but I'm gonna do it next time. The advice for the week is The advice is the Princess of Swords, which would be the Page of Swords. The Page of Swords is a messenger, it's ideas. Well, this card in the Dolph deck is a woman in green, kind of like sitting on an altar with a sword. So it's basically creating. It's using our mental energy to create. It's grounding ourselves, grounding our energy, Planning, organizing, not moving too fast. Don't move too fast. Don't move too fast. Don't move too hasty. Make sure you got all the information before you actually create the move. Make sure you're planning everything. Make sure you're writing things down. Make sure you assessing things before you actually make decisions or make choices. There's definitely still like healing time mentally. So clearing any mental blocks you might have. Making sure you got all your ducks in a row. Really grounding ourselves, grounding what we want, what are we looking for, what do we want, what we actually want to create. It's kind of like looking to the future. Like as we're reassessing, reevaluating these things, you want to actually be grounding us and actually like, this, what do we really want and what we actually looking for. There's a lot of mental healing that's going on, and we have a lot of clarity that's coming to us this week. So the advice is just to remain grounded as we make decisions. So we don't want to make decisions based off of, I guess, emotional impulses. We actually want to we want to feel our emotions. We want to bring into like an intellectual understanding for the most part, mixed with some intuition, like a little bit of a balance, before we actually go out and make a decision about anything. The next card is the Devil card, as far as advice, and again, don't get stuck. Don't get stuck in the worries. Don't get stuck in the low vibrational energies. Don't get stuck in the what ifs. But then again, advice. Devil, Capricorn, hard work, effort, the effort we put in, the work that we put in. It's about the work and effort we put in. So there's be like hard work. I mean, put in the effort that we need to put in. Learning from our past mistakes, learning from what we already been through. This is right under the Hierophant. So this is definitely grounding our spiritual wisdom, grounding our spiritual knowledge, and not being caught up in our ego, not getting caught up in our ego mind, but allowing the divine to kind of just take control and not allow us to feel stuck. Don't get stuck. Don't feel stuck in what you're creating. Don't get stuck in your emotions. Don't get stuck in the lower vibrational energies. This is definitely a test. It's definitely a spiritual test, a spiritual initiation to see if you can, because this is second. You have the Capricorn Devil card, which is Capricorn, which is ruled by Saturn, and we have the Universe, which is ruled by Saturn. So it's definitely like an initiation, a test of how we can work well with our emotions. Can we manage our emotions? Can we push through our emotions? Can we elevate to a higher standard and really connect with our spirit and soul energy, so that we can reach this Sun card, which is co-creating, coming to the self-realization of what we actually really need to do and what we need to project. Because the Devil card is there as it's there as an advice, but I see it as a challenge as well. So the advice is not to get caught up in the lower vibrational energies. The advice is to go through the initiation and push through and deal with our emotions and learn from our emotions and use the wisdom that we have to create something that's going to be very more beneficial for us, without being tied down, without overworking ourselves, without being so committed to the materialistic ego, and really just allows spirit to guide us. Hierophant, the divine. Listen to our intuition, not the ego, not the emotions that we feel tied to, not the fears, not the sexual desires, not any type of escapism, but really just moving forward and cultivating something different, putting our work efforts from a spiritual perspective to create something that's going to align with our own divinity. And the last card we got is back again, the death card is something's ending. So we're ending something this week, and it's gonna be an end of like bad relationships. It could be an ending of being stuck in these dark emotional waters that keep us stuck and stagnant. This is kind of a rebirth for us that we are going to be opening, that's going to align us so we can see. This goes back to the sun card, this aha moment. So through this definitely an aha moment. The death card, he has a cipher, he's killing things off. But where death comes rebirth, so there's a death of self, a death of ego that's going to birth a higher version, a higher awareness as we go through this emotional transition that's allowing us to open up more to other people, that's allowing us to be a lot more sensitive, that's allowing us to shine our light, to allowing us to share more of ourselves, that's allowing us to, not be caught up in our ego. The devil card, be caught up in the ego. This is the death of the ego. So we can express more of our soul's light. So, if you're scared of being vulnerable because you need to open up to forgiveness, you need to forgive somebody, maybe somebody needs to forgive you, or this a connection that needs to happen where forgiveness is the stuff of the ego that's allowing that to happen. So this King of Cups or Nine of Cups and off that can actually come through and express itself and come out and shell and be sensitive. So this death card is definitely just an ending. It'll be transitioning into something different, transitioning into something new. It's telling us to let go of old emotional baggages, let go of the fears, let go of being stagnant, let go of old habits. Let go of things that are not working for you. Like if you've been repeating things and it's not working, that's another thing with Saturn. It's like we have to keep repeating lessons over and over and over again until something changes. And I feel like these repeating patterns or toxic patterns are gonna be released now. It's gonna be coming up to our awareness, so if we release it, and it can be hard to release patterns that we're so accustomed and used to. But this energy this week is all about releasing emotional patterns that keep us stuck. It's about learning from these emotional patterns from the past and realizing them, because now we have the wisdom. Now we're very self-aware and self-conscious of them. So now we can create the changes this week. And this week is all about creating change. It's about doing something different, being more creative, opening up creatively, our imagination, as we constantly become more aware of our faults, and we can create balance, become more creative. And by becoming more creative, we expand our minds, so we can allow more opportunities to come in, and a lot more potential energy to come in, and we allow ourselves to put ourselves out there without fear or doubt holding us back of the what if this happens. We just trust and have faith in the divine guidance that's coming to us to allow this to happen and kind of like go with the flow. We're not being stuck in that ego. We're not trying to take control. We're just allowing ourselves to release, allowing ourselves to create change, allowing ourselves to let things go that's not for our greatest benefit. And that is the healing tower for the week. I know it was kind of long. I'm kind of sorry about that. I did not want this to be this long, but I wanted to try something different. But let me know what y'all thought about it in the comments if y'all made it this far. Yes, thank you, Soul Fam. Thank you for listening. Thank you for tuning in. I'm definitely gonna have a healing video coming up. If I don't post it with this, it's definitely coming by midweek, if not sooner. But thank you for all your help. Thank you for your support. Please share this. My email is at the bottom. Please follow me on Instagram. I do daily tarot readings on there as well, like daily card picks. That might be helpful to you as well, because I'm just channeling energy there. So until next time, Soul Fam, be safe. Peace.